Welcome to a game between parcos, here in red with amphots and a recon commander. And here we have Chungoose with an engineer commander and an amphot factory. So it's a mirror matchup with two amphot factories. Chungoose requested this replay and he wanted to know if he played good or if he played badly. It's better if you send in a replay where you lost, because then it's easy to answer the question. If you lose, you played worse than your opponent. So if you win, yeah, you can, maybe you play decently, but you play better than your opponents, which is good enough. So I prefer if you send in a replay where you lose the game, because then it's more definitive, then you know that you played worse than your opponent. You can see here that you start here with a few raiders, and you're making a lot of energy. That's good on this map because yeah, the metal extractors give a lot of value, like 3.5. So yeah, you want to build those mixes and then enough energy to be able to use them. Meanwhile, your opponent is stalling. He's stalling a bit, not too much, but yeah. And you sense it's good to see what the enemy has. You can see that the enemy has about the same amount of raiders as you do. Meanwhile, the enemy commander is gonna stay in their base. I prefer to expand with my commander. You can see here that your commander is expanding. That's good. You're being a bit idle here. I guess you're a bit afraid of those 4 ducks. But yeah. You're making an archer, which is... archer is fine against ducks. It's not a huge... It's not great against ducks. It's fine against ducks. It's not a big counter. Soft counter. Very soft counter. Yeah. It would probably lose on its own against these 4 ducks. But if the enemy bunches up their ducks, you're gonna kill them easily. And together with your own ducks, it's fine to push the enemy ducks away like this. You also make a lotus turret. That's fine. To make your expansion a bit safer, you make a lotus turret there, that's fine. You could have made the lotus turret there to protect a bit bigger area, but that's fine. Meanwhile, yeah, you're making some scallops. They're kind of slow. I usually don't build many scallops because the enemy, they're so slow with only 51 speed that the enemy has to run into them. So, which is, if they're paying attention, they're not likely to do. But yeah, if you're lucky, the enemy might run into your scallops. Yeah. Meanwhile, your opponent is not expanding with their commander. They're making solar collectors. Yeah, it's usually better to expand with the commander because the commander can not only build, but it can also fight. So it's pretty good protection against your mixes. Like, it's hard to kill the commander and the lotus turrets. It's very safe. This expansion is very safe with your commander here. It's very hard to raid. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, you don't have any radar here. Could be nice to have radar here, but you have some scallops here, so that's decent defense. Yeah, now you're expanding there, that's good. You're expanding faster than your opponent. Your opponent hasn't either expanded here. Usually, like, if you want to play safely, scallops are a bit slow, and they don't protect a huge area, but they can move. But yeah, you can usually expand up here a bit faster. But if you want to feel safe with this many scallops, that's okay, I guess. It's not optimal. You probably want to expand faster. Like, usually you can go up here and build a lotus turret and then start building the mixes and maybe have your ducks and a radar to see incoming units. Yeah, you can see here the archer died against, what was that, like 5 ducks? So yeah, 5 ducks can easily kill an archer, and you have to have like a scallop to finish them off. So archers are fine in this matchup, but they're not super good. Like if you want a mobile army and still upgrade your it's like kind of an upgrade to the ducks in some sense, but yeah. You can also use the ducks combined with limpets. That's really strong. Limpets can slow down the enemy with slow damage. Oh, that was bad targeting from the archer. It faced off against 5 ducks and damaged them all but killed none. So yeah, that can happen. Yep. Yeah, you're a bit idle here with the commander. It's good to always go forward. Yeah, you can build defense there and go there and try to take them. You have radar on your commander, so a lone commander can easily get run down by like 8 ducks or something. So you wanna be able to have your own force to react here. And here you have ducks to react with, and also a scallop. So your commander is pretty safe if you just have the attention to see incoming units on radar. Yeah, from here on out, you're gonna have a big economic advantage. You can see you are way ahead in value here. So from here on, it shouldn't matter too much what units you use, just that you prevent the enemy from expanding, and you will win. Boys are pretty good in this matchup. They're not great against ducks, but once you have to change some units sooner or later, and then boys are fine. Like if you know a push expansion and push down lotus turrets and light defenses, and even stingers are pretty good. So yeah. Also, like they boys counter scallops and archers pretty well. With the lobster, if you can catch a grizzly out of position, you can lobster in the boys and slow it down and get it if it doesn't have enough protection. Yeah, and you're expanding here. You're being safe with your commander here, I guess. A bit. Yeah, I'm usually more greedy and goes forward with the commander, but at this level it's fine if you go to like almost half the map and stop there. If you're afraid to lose your commander, but you have a lot of units here, so yeah, it's pretty safe. It's like losing your commander is usually not the end of the game. It depends on how many units the enemy sacrifices to get them. This is a pretty expensive radar tower. That's interesting. Feels a bit. Yeah. And your opponent there has finally built all their solar collectors and now start to expand with their commander. That's a bit late. Yeah, and you choose to go for a grizzly, that's fine. You're ahead in economy. Just make units that aren't completely countered. Like, how could you lose this game? Yeah, if you, for example, just made scallops, for example, then you would lose against the boys. They would definitely counter all your scallops. But yeah, now your enemy is out of position. I don't think they had a radar here, so they didn't see your attack coming and couldn't respond with their force in time. And you kill. Yeah, now they have even less mexes, so that's good. Also, like the enemy built a stinger, pushing that against the enemy army and the stinger can be a bit problematic for boys, so yeah, a grizzly is good for that. It's very good at killing stingers. Because it can just single out a single stinger, we can kill the boys first and then go for the stinger. Oh, and your army is getting this far. You might even get some of these caretakers. Ah, not quite. So yeah, a grizzly with this much backup is really safe. Like at this opponent, he's really too far ahead to do anything about it. Like if you're ahead and make a grizzly, the opponent is gonna struggle to counter it as Antbot. Ducks are okay-ish at countering a grizzly, but yeah, you have scallops to counter the scallops to counter the ducks. Archer is pretty bad, trying to kill a grizzly. Boys, they need to get in range first. Like they're about equal speed, 51 speed versus 45 speed, so they're gonna struggle to catch a grizzly if you just keep kiting with it. Oh, and you get the commander there. Huh. That's lucky that the enemy didn't jump away. Yeah, now we have 2 grizzlies. Could probably just set this on fight move and go in there. Yeah, did you access? Yeah, you accessed a little bit there, I think. A tiny bit, but your opponent's also accessing. So yeah, in total value, you're more than have twice the total value. Your army is 4 times as strong as the enemies at this point. Yeah, you have produced 10,000 more metal, like, yeah, about a third more. Yeah, more than a third more. About a third more, yeah. So yeah, you're doing great right now. Yeah, it's hard to comment since it's hard to comment on your mistakes, what could you do better? Like you could win faster or something, I don't know. It's like, yeah. You have radar here. Oh, we upgraded that to advanced radar to see everything. That's fine, I guess. It's good to know everything on the map. You can even see when the enemy air units take off in their base. So that's good. But yeah, you have 2 grizzlies. 1 grizzly can easily kill a stinger. You can easily push this. Not sure what you're waiting for at this point. You probably see this dot coming in on radar. Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix is pretty good these days, so... But boys, they're still pretty tanky, so they won't die at least in one salvo. But you can see they're going pretty low from just 1. They're basically losing half their health here, so... Phoenix isn't bad against boys, especially if you can get them bunched up like this. But yeah, against Grizzlies, Phoenix is, yeah, bad, so... I don't know. Yeah, now your Grizzlies are gonna finish you on. Yeah, losing 600 health on a Grizzly is not a big deal, you can keep pushing. Missile silo for your head is a good idea. Like, you can just start bombing the enemy eco. If you get a napalm missile off, can you reach it? You can't quite reach Mexes, but you can reach all the caretakers. If you get a napalm off here, you're gonna make value, and you're gonna prevent the enemy from building their, what do you call it, building for a while. So yeah, if you're ahead, make a missile silo to finish the game. Target their production, kill their caretakers. Like, you probably don't want to use AOs to kill their... If you're really far ahead, you can use EOs, but yeah, trying to kill a factory requires 2 EOs, and that's 1200 metal to kill like 700 metal. Not a great trade. Maybe if they're building something expensive. Like if the enemy is building a grizzly in their factory and you kill the factory, yeah, that's great value. Like, you can easily make cost that way. But yeah, just sending a napalm missing against their factories and caretakers is good. Maybe you can get a mix too. Yeah. So yeah, next time please submit the replay where you lost. Then it's easier to point out the mistakes you made compared to what you could have done to win the game instead of losing it. Good luck and have fun.